हेलो फ्रेंड्स। तो स्वागत है आप सभी का अपना कल्चर एग्रीकल्चर यूट्यूब चैनल में। मैं चेतन कुमार नागर। फ्रेंड्स, आज अपन बात करते हैं इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर के बारे में। इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर 11,000 ईयर्स बिफोर प्रेजेंट स्टार्ट हुआ विद डोमेस्टिकेशन ऑफ एनिमल्स एंड अर्ली कल्टीवेशन ऑफ प्लांट्स। This found places in our ancient scripts of Vedas, Upanishads, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Agriculture in India has been a complex mosaic of distinct agro-ecosystem differentiated by climatic, soil, vegetation, often heterogeneous, organized, and subject to varies from seed to market. Agriculture is the foundation of livelihood, civilization, culture, and heritage of India. Indian population is about 1.39, now 140. 1.40. India is the world's second most populous country and is projected to become most populous by 2027-30, leaving China behind. About 50% of its geographical area is cultivated, which ranks it among the top user of the land for agriculture. It is the second largest geographically in the world with 320 million hectare area and experience all the 15 prominent climate with 46 out of 60 soil types that exist on the earth. India has about 160 million hectare of arable land and that is the second largest after the United States of America. It is critical sector for economy for the sustainable and inclusive economic growth of the country. The sector engages 49.6% of the workforce, often seasonally underemployed, underpaid, and accounts for the around 70% share in India's GDP. Our ancient script says, such as Bhagavad Gita, Rig Veda, Atharvaveda, contain details on the agriculture like crops, cultivation, manuring, classification of herbs, and different varieties of plants. The Rig Veda proclaimed that may the plowshare till our land properly, may the plowman go happily with the oxen. Maharishi Bhargu observed, food is the Brahma, never speak ill about food, never reject the food, take an oath to produce food. And Rishi Parasara says, with 243 years, verses is the theory of agriculture expounded in manner so as to benefit the farmers. Our most important works Ayurveda discuss the science of plant life such as procuring, preserving and treating of seeds before planting, selection of soil and nourishment and plant protection from internal and external. Friends, these are the famines which occurs in pre-independent India. These are the 12 famines. Major famines occurred in India, such as Bengal famine in 1769-70, and this famine claimed to 10 millions of death. And these are the all famines which occurs in pre-independent India. Our first Prime Minister Shri Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru says that everything can wait but agriculture. Our Mahatma Gandhi says there are people in the world so hungry that God cannot appear to them except in the form of
These are our first Prime Minister that observing the wheat plant, and these are the Mahatma Gandhi with Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya at NDRI Bangalore. Prime Minister Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri interacting with farmers, and that is lady first Prime Minister of our India, Srimati Indira Gandhi visiting Indian Agriculture Research Institute. In India, climate varies from humid and dry tropical in the south to temperate alpine in the north. India is the home to vast agroecological diversity with 4 out of 34 global biodiversity hotspot, 15 worldwide found for nature of global 200 ecoregions with the country with only 2.4% of the world's land area. Around 8% of all recorded species, including over 45,000 plants and 91,000 animal species. Overall organic carbon content of Indian soil is less than 0.5%, which is unfortunately. Animal husbandry is an integral part of India. Integral system India has the largest bovine population of world. Mixed farming of crops and livestock is the predominant farming system in India. Total livestock population is 536 million in India, with 36% constituted by cattle and 20% by buffaloes. Total milk production in India was 210 million ton in the year of 2021-22, with per capita milk availability of nearly 400 gram per day. The major portion of the milk produced in India is contributed by small and marginal farmers. ICAR has characterized the livestock population of India in their natural home tracts and registered 197 breeds. This include 50 breeds of cattle, 17 breeds of buffaloes, 34 breeds of goats, 44 breeds of sheep, 9 breeds of camel, 7 breeds of horses, 19 breeds of chicken, and 3 breeds of dog. The marine and inland fisheries are contributing production of 3.8 million ton and 1.3 million ton respectively. Major marine fishes include sardine and mackerel, whereas the freshwater catches are dominated by carps. Aquaculture of fish and shrimp is becoming increasingly significant, which at present contributes over 9.0 million. Agriculture is possibly the oldest sector in the country to have research as its core segment. Systematic research in the country started with establishment of ICAR, Imperial Council of Agriculture Research in 1929. Headquartered with Delhi and today is known as ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. ICAR headquarters at New Delhi for coordinating, guiding and managing research and education in agriculture, including animal sciences and fisheries. The council is an autonomous organization under the governance of Department of Agriculture Research and Education, DARE, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare of Government of India. ICAR established on 16th July 1929 as a registered society under the Societies Registration Act 1860 in pursuance of the report of Royal Commission on Agriculture. ICAR now has 113 research institute, 74 agriculture universities, 4 deemed to be universities, 3 central universities, 732 Krishi Vigyan Kendra spread across the country. With these, ICAR leads one of the largest national agriculture research and education system NARS in the world. India has one of the largest agriculture research human resource capitals in the world, with respectively 30,000 scientists and more than 1 lakh technical and supporting personnel in the NAR system. ICAR footprints also extended to neighboring countries. International, national and regional research organizations and universities are engaged with ICAR in agricultural research and development. Additionally, private and non-government organizations and farmers themselves have done significant agriculture research in their own. In the year 1950-51, for which the data of agriculture production about 135 million ton from agriculture and allied sectors, and now 2021-22 total production of food and non-food items was about 1300 million ton. There has been multi-fold increase in the production of all the commodities, in spite the net sown area remaining constant, that is about 140 million hectare. The country has witnessed a rainbow revolution in the agricultural commodity. These are the revolutions in India that occurs, and India become food surplus country, such as green revolution, for that is mainly production of grains. White revolution for milk production, blue revolution for fish production, yellow revolution for oil seed crops, golden revolution for horticulture and honeybee production, silver revolution for egg production, brown revolution for coffee production, and grey revolution for wool production. And that is the transformation of India from food scarce to food surplus nation. Friends, till 1950s, our country, India, that is food scarce. And 1950 to 1970, India became food shortage, and now 1970 to 2000, India became food sufficient country, and 2000 to 2010, India became food secured, and 2010 onwards, India became food surplus. And friends, this is the production of agriculture commodities and cultivated area in the country in 1951 and 2020-22. Friends, food grains in 1950-51, 51 million tons only, and now 314 million ton, and that is 6.2 times increase in food grain production. In vegetable and fruit production, 13.3 times of increases from 25 million ton to 333 million ton. Milk production in 1950-51 only 17 million ton only, and in 2021-22 it is 210 million ton, and times of increase is 12.4%. Egg, 1.8 billion egg in 1950-51, and that is 122 billion of eggs produced in India, and that is the 67.8%. Fish in million ton, 0.8% to 14.2%, and times of increase is 17.8%. Net sown area in million hectare in 1950-51, that was 130 million hectare, and now 140 million hectare, that is around constant, and times of increase is 1.1. Gross sown area million hectare in 1950-51, that was 150, and now it is 198, 198, and times of increase 1.3%. Friends, net sown area and gross sown area. Net sown area means, suppose one farmer has 1 hectare land. For that farmer, net sown area is 1 hectare. Suppose that farmer grows 1 hectare area in Rabi season, and that same area sown in Kharif season. So for that farmers grows sown area will be 2 hectare.
Now our goals is enhancing farmers' income. 200% means just double the farmers' income. Reducing fertilizer use 25% and water use 20%. Increasing use of renewable energy by 50%. Reducing greenhouse gas emission intensity 45%. Rehabilitating degraded land of 26 million hectare. And our commitment to UN Panchamrit, carbon neutrality, land degradation neutrality, biodiversity conservation, regional agricultural development, sustainable development goals. Multi-pronged strategies to achieve goals and commitments such as integration, diversification, intensification, customization, farm mechanization, value addition, and market access are the way forward to realize the full potential of Indian farming with focus on profitable commercialization and export. Ecosystem approach, sustainable agri-food system involving smart farmers and farming, post-harvest value addition and entrepreneurship engaging youth and for these goals and commitments we will get the help from ICAR and NARS, National Agriculture Research, Education and